The room fell silent the moment Bernie Sanders leaned forward, his piercing gaze fixed on Kennedy. "I have to ask, Senator," Bernie began, his voice steady but charged with skepticism, "how can we trust your integrity when so many decisions you've made seem to favor corporate interests over the people?" The question cut through the air like a knife. Cameras flashed, audience members held their breath, and for a moment, even Kennedy felt the weight of the room pressing down on him. Kennedy looked at Bernie, and then at the sea of faces before him. He saw hope, doubt, anger, and fear mirrored in those eyes. But instead of meeting confrontation with defense, he chose something rarer, calm. A gentle smile curved on his lips, not arrogance, not condescension, but an invitation to understand. "Bernie," he began, his voice soft but unwavering, "I hear your concerns. I know why you might question my motives. And I want to tell you honestly, openly, why I do what I do." He paused, letting the weight of his words settle, allowing the room to lean in. Kennedy's story began not with policy, not with politics, but with a memory of his father sitting him on his knee in a small, worn-down apartment in Boston. "He told me," Kennedy said, his eyes distant yet vivid, "that our choices are a reflection of the world we want to build for others, not just ourselves." He didn't talk about elections or speeches, he talked about people, neighbors, strangers, children who need someone to care. The crowd shifted. There was a warmth, an intimacy forming, as if they were hearing a confidant rather than a politician. Kennedy continued, recounting the difficult decisions he had made, voting against a bill that could have won him temporary popularity, negotiating compromises that frustrated even his closest allies, and standing firm when his ethics were tested. Each story carried the same theme, the burden of responsibility weighed against the easy path of ambition. Bernie's frown softened slightly. The crowd leaned closer, sensing that this wasn't a debate, but a human exchange. Kennedy didn't excuse himself. He admitted moments of doubt, of misjudgment, even failures. But in each confession, there was accountability. "I am not perfect," he said, "and I do not expect perfection. But I promise you this, every decision I make is guided by a principle bigger than my own career or comfort. It is guided by the people I serve, the ones who have no voice but hope that someone will act for them." He then shifted, addressing the audience directly. "Integrity is not about never making mistakes. It's about owning them, learning from them, and using them to make better choices tomorrow. That is how we earn trust. Not by boasting of our victories, but by facing our challenges with honesty and humility." A hush fell over the room. It was a silence heavier than applause, charged with reflection. And then a ripple, faint at first, applause began. Slowly, then building, it grew.